Hey everyone, Paul ISM, welcome to another inbox review. So I was sent this kit by a good buddy of mine a few weeks back, and I showed it off to ISM on the channel, and a few of you asked for a review, so as requested, here we go. So today we're going to review, you have to bear with me here, of the rifle models 135th Abrams Tusk. Right, it is the M1A1 Tusk, M1A2 SEP Tusk 1 and the Tusk 2. So there's 3 variants in this kit, and you can build all 3. So complicated, yes. I think there are various stages of the development and adaptation of the Abrams as it's progressed through its life. I know the SEP is a special something program where they took them all back in and basically updated them, rebuilt them, if I remember right. Love the Abrams. It's a great looking tank, and this is a phenomenal kit. So thank you very much, Luke. Luke sent me his payment for something. Well, he thinks he has, but we'll sort that out later on down the line. So yeah. Right then, let's jump in and let's have a look through this plethora of plastic produce. There we go. A bit of alliteration on a Monday morning. There we are. Let's jump in. Let's have a look what we get in the box. Hey everyone, please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notifications. Get notified of our latest videos. Give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And leave a comment. I do read and appreciate every comment you guys and girls leave behind. I may not reply to them all, but they are all appreciated. And there's a link in the description of the video that takes you to a big long list of all handy videos and a lot of the products I use in my videos. You now have the chance to support the video content creation by using Patreon or the PayPal me link in the description down below. All the videos will always remain free to watch. This is just your chance to help support the videos. Right, okay then, so typical Ryefield box, lovely box art. They always have good box art, Ryefield. They always look pretty cool. On the side, we've got some CAD drawings. Again, very, very cool. Various components showing the workable tracks with the jig, which is always a handy addition. The 50 cals, the gun barrel, and the drive sprockets as well. As you can see, you get PE and a decent decal sheet. There's a lot in there. There really is a lot for a piece of armour, so that's going to keep you busy. On the other side, you've got the 3 different variants. You've got the Tusk 2, desertized. You've got the Tusk 1, and just the standard M1A1 Tusk there with the camo markings, but the sand coloured additions, I'm guessing. These additions to the standard Abrams. So very, very cool, looking good. We pop it open. It's a big old box, typical Ryefield box. Lots of plastic in there. So we'll deal with one at a time as we go. I'm just going to move my box out of the way because there's a lot to get through. So you're going to have lots of bag rustlings, so bear with me. Right then, so first one, we have the upper hull, upper turret, the lower part of the turret. We've got some of the side bar armour, stowage, whatever you want to call it. Lots of parts on there. Tow ropes. Again, now, the upper turret has some very nice built-in texture, as you can see here. So obviously it's the anti-slip texture. Nice detail on there. Again, once you get it all painted up, weathered, pop a wash on it, it's going to pop all that detail out. All the other parts, as you'd expect from Ryefield, got some texture on these panels here. The vents at the back look good. Ryefield moulding's pretty top notch. You're going to be, you're going to buy a decent kit most of the time with these Ryefield kits, and I can't see any issues on there at all. There's a few faint wisps of flash here and there, but all these parts are all going to need clean up anyway, so it's not detrimental to the kit. But as I always say, in a kit at this price value, it shouldn't really be there. But it is, and it's fairly easy to deal with. A quick run over with a sander, the back of your knife, whatever, we'll soon deal with that. It'll be no longer an issue. So bear with me, because, like I say, we've got a lot of sprues to get through here. It's quite a part-heavy kit. So we've got these. Is it reactive armour on these? I'm assuming it is. I'm assuming this is the reactive armour on the side. But again, nice detail. All nice and crisp. If there's not a lot to chat about, I can't sit here chatting because I don't know where all the parts are. I don't know everything about every model, every kit, every subject. So I'm just looking at the quality of these sprues. Like I say, really nice moulding. Nice raised detail where required. Moulding's clean. Really nice. And I've built a couple of Ryefields over the years and they've both gone together. The Challenger is probably one of my most favourite armour builds over the years that I've done. I was primarily an armour builder to begin with. And the Challenger, when that came out, that was a really good build. There's a video build of that on the channel. And I'm hoping to do a video build of this as well when I get to it. But there's a lot to get through, so I'm not going to hang around all these parts, but no problems there at all. But I'm assuming this is reactive armour. I don't know a lot about the Abrams. I don't know a lot about a lot, really, if I'm honest. But nice quality parts. Really, really good. Right. Next one. I'm like a fish out of water with armour when I do reviews. Because there's so much, it can be a little bit daunting and bewildering. So, quite often get a little bit lost as to what I'm looking at. We've got a cupola. Another cupola. We've got, let's have a look what we got. We've got the MG. Smoke flare dischargers. Lots of other components there. Some very, very small components. Really nicely done. And I always think that shows the quality of the kit when the smaller components, because they're often the most difficult to mould. You got an ammo case with the belt ammo coming out. That'd be for the 50 cal, I assume, or one of them. Lots of nice parts. Nothing really to dwell on there. All well moulded. Nice bit of texture there on the upper part of the cupola as well. I take it everywhere that has a wear area or a step will have the anti-wear on it on the real tank. So yeah, very cool. Very, very nice. Now, what have we got in here? Looks like we've got components for the actual gun barrel. The bags are so noisy. So noisy. People have commented before, why do you take out the bag first? Well, it I think it kind of takes the edge off the review a little bit if I've already been through the box. And quite often I never have. I've not been through this box. And I'll tell you why, because it's that tightly packed. And if you built these kits or mini arts, you know, as soon as you open that box, you never get all the parts back in. So these are not going to go back in. So I am packing them in reverse order in the lid, in the vain hope I can get them back in when I'm done. Again, all various components. This looks like part of the gun assembly. Loads of little small parts, super crisply moulded, really, really nice. You have to be careful cutting these off because they're the kind of parts that are going to go pinging across the room and be lost forever. Again, nice texture on these parts. Ryefield really have good quality moulding. It is beautifully done. Very nice high quality plastic as well. Always seems to glue well. Never have any issues. Nothing at all. Apologies if you get any noise outside. My neighbours just... I've been in here for about an hour and a half, and as soon as I start doing a review, they start pottering around by the fence. So God knows what's going on outside. But yeah, nice parts, no problems there. Now on to sprues where there's multiples, and I like these because I can ditch one and we just show one. So these are road wheels. Lots and lots of road wheels. We've got drive sprockets. I'm assuming we've got idle wheel there. We've got the suspension torsion bars here as well, and the suspension arms, I'm going to call them. Again, nice detail. A bit of nice detail on the inside of the wheels. Again, how you choose to weather it is down to you, but once you get a wash in there, some pigment, whatever you plan to do, they'll come alive. That's the beauty of armour. It comes alive once you start to weather it. It's like a polar opposite to the car builds I normally do. But yeah, no issues there. Another double sprue. Big fan of double sprues on reviews. Big fan. Here we've got some jerry cans for fuel and water. They are marked on the side what they are. We've also got the 50 cals, well 50 cals, so obviously there's 2 of them on the kit. Yeah, no problems there at all. Nicely done. These look like ammunition boxes. I'm assuming you build those up out of one of these parts. It must be these here. So yeah, you got a whole load of ammunition boxes there. There's the lids. This has got some real nice texture on it. That's an air cleaner or something. Hard to tell. Tracks we'll get to now because we'll put everything in order. So there are 2, 4, 5 sprues of track parts. So these are working tracks. I'm not 100% sure which bits are which. They're the pads for the centre. I'll bring it up, you can have a quick look. We haven't got much to look at here. So you've got half of them this side, and then the half of them that side as well. Like so. There we go. Not a lot to look at there. We've got the lower hull. Well, yeah, it's the lower hull. We haven't seen the upper hull yet. Now, rifles do often put a bit of detail underneath, and they haven't this time. So, nothing underneath. A few little parts. But on the side, we've got some nice detail where the suspension arms sit. And obviously, the torsion bars travel through and connect on the inside. It doesn't work. I never understand the point in putting the torsion bars in if the suspension doesn't work. I think it's completely pointless and an absolute waste of time because you can't see this, and if you did, there'd be an interior. So what's the point in doing it? I do not get it at all. I think it's crazy. And I can tell it's not because there's locator points for the suspension arms. So they're not going to move, which is madness in my opinion. But there's a lovely bit of detail there. Most of it's going to be hidden by the road wheels and the tracks. So it's a shame, but it is there. It is there. Right then, more track parts. These are the track horns. So again, we just need 1. Like so, and I'll just come up and show you these quickly. There we go, beautifully moulded, really nice and crisp. Tracks are going to take a lot of cleanup. These are multi-part tracks, which you'll see when we get to instructions in a bit. So these are going to keep you busy for some time. But they're worth the effort. There should be a drip jig in here somewhere. We've got a whole bag of the track link, what we could call them, joints. So there's a whole bag of these. So all these parts can be cutting off, trimming off, assembling, and gluing so they work. It's a lot of work cleaning this up. When I build this, it'll be a job for a hangout where I'm just mindlessly sanding away, cutting away, while chatting to everybody. But yeah, the working tracks, they do work. They work quite well on the Challenger, from what I remember right. So they are good quality tracks. They're not the most annoying to assemble, but at the same point, they're not the most interesting thing to do. I think a better way to spend them a Friday evening. Clear parts. Again, lots and lots of clear parts, including drink bottles. So you got water bottles. Very, very cool to get those. They're really nice. We've got some, they look like Coke or beer bottles, wine bottles, wherever they are. At the top, so a nice addition if you're doing a diorama or a scene. And again, if you don't use them on this, save them. 35th scale, so the universal across the range. We've got some vision ports, so they'll be for the cupola, the driver. Lots and lots of clear parts. This will be for the gunner's turret on top, the armoured glass for the top. So there's some very, very strange scratches and marks on the glass. And you can see this one here. It's pretty well dinged up, but you're going to paint that anyway. So it's not the end of the world. There's a lot of clear parts there. For a piece of armour, that's a lot. That really is a lot of clear. But I like the water bottles. They're a nice addition. They look really cool, actually. I wonder if there's any decals for it. Might explain the high amount of decals in the kit. Possibly. It may well do. Right, upper hull. So you look at that first, you think, oh my god, there's a part snapped off it. But it's not, it's just the way it goes, the way it works. So, we've got some very, very nice detail on top here. So on the engine cover at the back, nice grills, access points, really, really nice texture to it as well. And same kind of detail on the upper sprue, upper turret as well. The upper hull. Really nice texture. All these access points, I assume they're for fuel, are they? Markings all over, I assume the real tank would have. Hinges, really, really nice. This, once you get it painted and put a wash on, it will come alive. It's amazing the detail, the difference it makes to armour. Just a wash. And I see so many people build armour and don't add a wash. It's such a shame to waste all this beautiful detail on top. But that's really, really nice. It looks nice and straight as well. So one thing I would recommend if you buy rifle kits is go through and make sure all your sprues are there. There's been a couple of instances, and the Challenger was one of them, where the upper hull was missing. And that's quite a major component to lose out of a model kit. So go through. I do it with every single kit. I go through and check off all the sprues. Because I don't want to get to a kit 3 years down the line, go to build it, and it's missing a major component. Because number one, the kit will probably be out of production by then, and it's too late to do anything, and you're screwed, basically. So any new kit I get, and I will do it with this before it goes back in the box, I go through, take off all the sprues, make sure they're all there, everything's there, and at least now you can do something about it. And obviously this is an older kit, I didn't pay for this, I didn't buy this, so I'll be pretty much screwed now anyway, but I always do it anyway. Because even then you can keep an eye out for spares or whatever, or you can ask around, see if anyone can help you. So I always go through and check my sprues are all there, all the parts are there, no matter the age of the kit, be it brand new, old, whatever. Comes to the end of the sprues now. We've got 2 more bags and a jig and this ridiculous plastic. Just some of the noisiest plastic I've ever heard in my life. There are certainly some parts to this kit, I will give it that. There is lots and lots of parts. Again, nice raised detail, nice recessed detail as well. We've got some cast texture, anti-slip texture on top there as well. Some nice handles. The handles are really well moulded there. Really nice. The detail is really good. Where it is, it's very, very nice. Obviously, I haven't got a clue what I'm looking at half the time. I'm just pointing out the plastic. As I say, I don't know much about the subject, but I point out the quality of the kit. Because for me, that's what my reviews are for. Again, we've got wisps of flash like on the bottom here. You just have to run a sander over it. It'll take 2 seconds to do. And it just seems to be part of the course for our modern day kits. It really shouldn't be there. These aren't cheap kits. But it often is. And it's easy to deal with. It's not the end of the world. And it's certainly not worth dwelling on in a review. Oh, we've got 2 more. My God, there are some sprues in this kit. My buddy Luke's been a bit sadistic sending me this. Have you, Luke? I'm only joking. So, I'm going to guess that is a lower hull extra plate. Probably for IEDs and that, I'm guessing. And then we've got some extra side, looks like reactive armour again, with very nice raised and recessed detail on it. Very, very nice. A bit more will become apparent on this when we go through the instructions. And then on this one, we've got some more of the curved pieces that go on the extra side. Now, I'm not going to get out the bag because we saw bits like this earlier. Again, beautifully moulded, really nice. And yeah, it certainly gives a different look. There's a little jig for the track. So there's 2 in there, as you can see. And in the instructions, it'll tell you how to do it. So you basically put all your parts in a certain order, lines them all up, and then you put the top on, hit it with a dab of glue where it's needed, away from the working part, and then when it's dry, you can move on to the next section. So you do it section by section. That's the best way of doing it. It is quite a short, workable jig, but hey, it is what it is. So there we go, it's all the parts. My God, there's a lot. There will be a sprue layout. We've got decals in here. which we'll go through now actually. Decals and photo-etch. We go for the decals first. Decals look really nice quality. So, there are lots and lots of decals on there. Copyright 2019. Okay, I'm sure this is a 2016 kit. Strange. But there's a lot. I mean, you're not going to all use all of them, but you're going to use a good deal of those on this. So, it adds detail. It really does. It look pretty cool, covered in stencils and markings. But the decals look really good. They're like a matte satin finish. They'll go down, no bother at all. I can't see those being an issue. Yep, so they'll be really good. And then photo etch, always a nice addition. Very, very nice thin photo etch. So take your time with this one. You got grills. They're the ID plates, aren't they? I think for the side, if I remember right. You got some bolted sections, foldable. No idea what they are at all. Lots of tiny little bits, so you need to be careful here and take your time. But again, PE, it can be a bit stressful, especially if you've never used it before. But just take your time, follow the instructions. You don't have to use it all. That's what I say about PE. Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to use every single part. You can just pick and choose as you go along. So there we go. It's always nice to get though. Always nice to have the option to use, and quite often in the kits you get the option of the PE or plastic parts. So instructions, beautiful box art on the front. Right, the main instruction manual for the M1A2 SEP Abrams Tusk 2. The Tusk 1 and the M1A1 are options. The green lines used are for the M1A1 Tusk, which is the one I think we want to do when we build it. You got your assembly icons, but not, I don't know, spitting fire or juggling knives while you're building the kit. And then you got your sprue layouts as well. Doesn't look a lot here, but overall there is, and I will be going through this before all of that goes back in the box and ticking off these sprues to make sure they're all there. So yeah, looks good. And then we've got the colour callouts, which are nice. Sadly done by Mig, which is a bit of a shame. Not a fan of Mig, but never mind, that's me. Looks very cool. I think it is the Tusk 2 that I want to do, which is this one. It's very cool. Do like this one. I like it in the camo, but I prefer it desertized, fully desertized. I'm going to guess this was where they were rushed over, so they were still camo painted, but desertized without actually being fully painted, and then they were probably painted either later when they were taken over or when they had more time. That's my guess, anyway. So obviously on these, you've got the reactive armour on the side, and on the Tusk 2, you've got the added protection. So whether that's probably, I'm going to guess, just folded steel or something like that. And it'll just add another layer of absorption. Because obviously RPGs and that, they're shape charge. So if they hit a flat surface, that's when they work best. So that's why modern armour has bar armour or reactive armour or standoff armour, because then the shape charge detonates off the vehicle and doesn't do anywhere near as much damage, theoretically anyway. So I'm guessing what that stuff is just basically extra metal, essentially. So nice colour call, that's very cool. Nice clear instructions. Again, just pay attention, make sure you're building the right one. You don't be sticking things on and 3 pages down the line you realise you've stuck the wrong piece on, because that's like the worst thing in the world. You do not want to be doing that. So just follow instructions. Lot of fiddly parts, a lot of things to pay attention to. You know what? I never saw the barrel. Did anybody else see the barrel? I never caught the barrel in the kit. Okay. Let's have a look. F. Which one was the F sprue? F. Okay. It must be a slide molded barrel, is it? I didn't see it. Ah, silly. Not like me to miss that, but anyway, we did. Yeah, I made it several components. I've just missed it in there because they're small. Okay, obviously you've got to drill holes, you've got lots of parts to put on, and like I say, just pay attention to make sure you get the right variant. It is easily done. I do it myself all the time. You've got holes to drill, so make sure you drill those when prompted, because the marks for holes will be on the back of the part, and it's much easier to drill them when you can see where they're going rather than guessing. We've all been there. Some stowage to add, the gunner's assembly for the roof. All fairly straightforward. Is it giving us colours? It's using MIG colours, isn't it, unfortunately? So it's MIG, they're like 0 and 49. So yeah, it's not giving us any colour cards here, but I think that's part of the course normally. Green, this is for the Tusk, so this is the different variant. So this is where you're going to have to start being really careful, making sure you get the right variants, because things do change. So, same assembly steps, just different parts, basically. And then back on. And again, I don't understand the torsion bars, putting them in when the suspension doesn't work, when I could quite easily make it work. I suppose you could make it work yourself, really. By cutting off the, yeah, it might be worth a try, you never know. Got different decals. Yep. The instructions are good. They're nice and clear. They're quite busy. There's a lot of parts, obviously, so and you need to pay attention to make sure you're building the right one. But I think overall the instructions are nice and clear. Always a nice feeling getting the upper to lower hull mated. Really good. There's our links. So you put the pads in, the pieces that look like pads, so they're the actual tracks themselves. Pop them in side by side, 2 at a time. Then the links in the bag go in, the articulating links I'm going to call them. Then the horns go on the top of those, and then the top part goes in place, it locks it in. So literally where those parts attach, right there, there's 2 points in the middle. You just want a little spot of glue, a little tiny dab of plastic glue, push it in, hold it for a second, leave it alone, and all the tracks should be fully working and give you no issues. Applying the additional armour, so you can see how it stands off, so that's what that must be. You've got holes to drill, so you need to pay attention, and obviously there's a difference when doing the M1a1 Tusk. So again, pay attention to anything that's different. Getting all the last assemblies on, so there's going to be an AC unit on this thing. You've got ammo. It's a very, very cool looking tank. Very cool. Assembling the 50 cals, which again are nice. And then we've got NG. So these are, what's it telling us there? What is the circled legend for? Not going to tell us, is it? What is the blue for? A. So is this assembly? Is that what's telling us? L. Is that what they are? The assembly? Have we built these assemblies before? We must have. Yeah, and it's telling us where to put them. Okay, that makes sense. So these are sub-assemblies we built there, and obviously it's telling you where they go now. And there we go. And again, final selection on the back. Right then, there we go. So, a lot in there. So much so, I can't get the box to shut. So I'm going to have to go through and rejig everything around to get it all in. It's the problem. Whoever packs these kits does a fantastic job. I'll tell you that right now. Any of these high par count kits are well fitted in those boxes. And yeah, getting them back in afterwards is a little bit of a struggle. But lots of parts in there. That's going to be a very build-orientated project. Ryfield, certainly other stuff with their armour. The kits look phenomenal. Like I said, but a couple of them over the years. I did the challenge not long ago, like I said. And I'm sure I've done another one a while back, and I can't think what the hell it was now. But they are lovely kits, really nice quality. Every kit's going to have a flaw, and you'll only know that when you come to build it. The Challenger, I think it was the upper hull was a little bit warped, needed a bit of clamping here and there. But that goes by the by with most kits. Not every kit's perfect, but Ryfield have got a good name in armour and do some very, very, very nice subjects. So looking forward to this one. Like I say, hopefully it'll be a project on the channel in the near future. I want to build a new piece of armour. I built this in 48 scale from Tamiya. They do an Abrams at the Dan Desertized. It looked phenomenal. Well, I think it did anyway. So I was chatting about this to Luke, and then he went and sent me on a while back. We're just talking about armour, and I said I like the Desertized Abrams, and hey presto, one appears in the post. He's a naughty boy, he really is. But looks a great kit. Like I said, it's going to be quite an involved project. And once you get it to paint and weathering, it's going to make this thing come alive. I do like the Desertized tanks. They do look pretty cool. There we are. If you've got the kit or if you've built it, it's an older kit now. It's not that new, I don't think. Let me know what you think. If you have any issues with it, pop them in the comments down below. Or just want to leave a comment, whatever you want to leave. I read them all and reply to any questions. So thank you everyone that takes the time to leave a comment. As usual, if you want to support the content on the channel, support my work, the reviews, etc., there's a Patreon me link in the description down below, as well as a PayPal me link as well. And of course, check out International Scale Model Facebook page and forum, umpretail.com, my Paul ISM Facebook page, the Live at the Bench page, the Off Air Hangout group, and the ISM GB page as well. And the question for today, what is your favourite, let's see, what is your favourite armour subject? You might not necessarily be an armour lover or a builder, but there's more likely to be a piece of armour that you look at and think, that looks amazing. So if you do, let me know in the comments down below what it is. Thanks for watching today. Take care, everybody. Make sure you sub to the channel, click the bell notification, and give a thumbs up or down. I will catch you all next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.